In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission.
Mikey, what are you doing?
I'm doing the thing for the podcast.
It's not that hard, bud.
Dude, just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends podcast. You know, if you ever wanted to like torture somebody, just like this to the pee hole would just not be pleasant.
Why there?
Why not?
Why is that where your mind goes?
Yeah. Well, like, I'm talking about torture.
Why couldn't you can do like the inside of the ear?
Yeah, but
like
that
a
would be bad
nostril
too.
or an
Like,
eyeball. Like,
out
you
of
go
the-
right
I don't
to
know,
the
something
keyhole.
about flambéed butthole.
Yeah.
It's got like a ring
Or like
to it.
melt it closed. It's like welding it closed.
Yeah.
You don't want to weld closed hole.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
think,
your pee hole though.
Wu-Tang Clan. I think Old Dirty Bastard did a song that had something to do with that.
Flambéed butthole?
No, it's sewing somebody's butthole shut and then force feeding them.
Huh.
Yeah.
We 2-part epoxy to keep
That's
the
kind
butthole
of
shut on the
reminds
bus
me of
once,
what the government tries to do to us.
No, that's just getting fucked.
Oh.
Like that's just
That's pretty normal. Yeah. That's just green
They
weed.
couldn't even really get creative.
Yeah. Yeah. They ran out of that.
by the way, that
creative
reminds me,
juices a long
the
time ago.
abolish the IRS bill is back.
Yeah.
HR 25 is now back in rotation. They're trying to bring that bitch back again.
Beautiful.
I will-
Someday.
That's that whole internet thing about like I'll retweet this every time. I don't tweet, but fucking I'll talk about it on here. Fucking fuck the IRS.
Taxation.
I don't think
stuff.
you're going to get a lot of pushback on that one.
Fuck. The funny thing is it won't pass. Everybody would vote for it, but because it's a congressional thing, like we don't get to vote for it, it won't pass. But there's not a fucking soul out there that would be like, no, I really think the IRS is something we should keep around.
Yeah.
Kind of like the FBI at this
Yeah,
point.
so you know what? They do good
The
things for our
ATF.
country.
Yeah.
The ATF.
The IRS has just been super helpful. I really feel like it's made my life better.
Yeah.
Just been a huge improvement.
Yeah.
And I really see the benefits of this taxation. It's really been impacting my life.
I bet the people of Maui right now are really, really enjoying the IRS taxation.
Did you hear the dickheads that would not give up their seats heading into Maui? So they had flights booked for Maui. Maui is on fire. And these sons of bitches, they were like, if you'll surrender your seat, we'll give you a voucher or whatever. But we're trying to get empty aircraft to get people out off the island. And they were like, no, I've been planning this trip for 7 months. I'm getting there. And then they got there and they were like, okay, have a seat. We'll get you on the next flight out. Because, and it was like,
Because it's on fire.
and it was like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah. Yeah.
Uppity fucking.
It's just pretentious
Oh my
twats, man.
God.
That's all it is. Just pretentious constant.
I hope the
have a
airlines
sense
just
of entitlement.
stopped even asking and we're just like,
You've been bumped.
you're not going.
Yeah.
We have no plans. Everything going to Hawaii is going to Hawaii to get people
Yeah,
off
you've been
because the
bumped.
island's on fire.
What are you laughing at?
He's ignoring you now.
Huh?
Oh, the dog adjusting to focus. But we're supposed to
Yeah,
introduce the
what's
show.
the,
right?
have you guys seen or heard any of the response, like the humanitarian efforts that are going down to help?
No, but I know that if one more dollar goes to Ukraine and not to Hawaii, I'm going to lose my shit. I can only imagine how they're going to feel.
Did you hear President Biden's response and question about what's going on?
I
there?
did not. I was busy this weekend.
Does he know that Maui is in Hawaii and
Well,
that's a state?
here, I'll tell
I
you
mean,
his
it's-
response, and then you can go off of that.
Does he know it's a state?
His response is no comment, and he walked away
Are you serious?
Yeah.
The president of the United States said no comment to one of his states being on fire.
and walked away.
Oh,
Wow.
man. If that's not gross negligence, like I don't know what is.
I'm telling you,
Like,
he didn't know it was happening.
No, because Kamala gave a response, and I can't remember what it was.
Those two don't talk.
she laughed. She probably laughed.
Can you imagine that conversation?
No.
Like, I don't know what you're even asking. And one, it's because he doesn't understand what she's asking.
Yeah.
And two, he doesn't understand what she's asking.
Right.
Right. Like she can't ask him. Have you heard some of the shit she has said lately?
Oh, she's the worst, man.
She just talks in a circle
She's yeah.
and says nothing.
She
Has
is-
anything
yeah.
been said from the White House in the last 2 years? Like, can anybody actually give me like a solid statement?
Yeah, they're really stoked on inclusion right now.
Yeah, but which is a great way of saying nothing because it's
Right.
it's no action plan for it. It's just
Right.
how important it is.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay,
Well, as long as you stack your cabinet with like transgenders and like, intersex people
cool.
and stuff.
I don't give a fuck. Can you do the job?
Apparently not. No, they cannot.
I don't
those in particular individuals
I don't care.
cannot.
You can come to me like, I have all 3 types of genitalia. And I'd be like, well, first, I want to know the third.
Yeah.
And
I'm
second,
curious.
Where are your qualifications?
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
Did you go to school for this?
Yeah,
or-
I don't.
Did you just cut your dick off and decide that you wanted to be a politician? Like, what's the skinny here?
Is there
Well,
a difference?
I was about to say, fucking all politicians are dickless anyways.
That's
So
fucking
it's
true.
kind of a.
That's true. I did see a good. I don't know. It's one of the many candidates for president that are out there right now. I saw an interview today. It wasn't even an interview. It was just a video of a young lady asked this gentleman his thoughts on the LGBTQ community. And he said, I don't have any thoughts. He goes, I don't think that I think it's not just one community. I think it's many communities. And I think that it's hurting. And then she had specifically directed her question towards transgenderism. And he said, he's like, we live in a country where you can dress and act and do whatever you want. And I'm fine with that. But when the minority oppressive when minority oppression becomes the majority opinion, we need to seriously sit down and take a look. And I was like, that's incredibly insightful. And the way he articulated it, I was like, that's not bad, man. Like he's like, I love all people. He's like, I don't have an issue with anybody. And I don't care what
just
anybody
miss
does.
when that community was cool.
Right?
I
Now
think
they're-
for the most
They
part,
move into your neighborhood, your property value goes up.
Yeah.
I don't think
And,
that
like, everything was
community's-
super entertaining. Now
I
I'm
don't.
also
I don't.
mad.
I don't think that community is the problem. It's
No.
the straight whites that like take the side of that community and don't.
The straight what?
Whites. And don't
Why do you say
understand.
it like that?
Why are you saying it like?
Because there's difference.
Why are you pronouncing the H so?
As the four of us sit here being straight white men,
It's a hard.
we know
H,
there's a
all right?
difference between white
Whoa.
and white.
Sir, you're throwing a lot of titles around.
Oh, my bad.
I just think that the
I think I've got
Yeah.
1 out of 3 of those.
What's the thing? You could have fast, good, or cheap. You can only get 2 of
you
the
only
3.
get 2 out of the 3. Putting a lot of pressure on me.
This goes back to that third genitalia you were talking about. It's brought to you by warfightertobacco.com. Use that code FTFO. Screw yourself that sweet 15% off. Wellness.us. Go over there for some CBD treats and needs, which saved my life this weekend. I'll get into that. Oh my God. Go over there, use code FreedomFriends25. They get you a quarter off your order. And of course, our good friends, IC Tech Coolers, for those who get it. Go to ictech.com, use the code FreedomFriends10 to get you 10% off. And check out our affiliate link with grillyourassoff.com. Go to grillyourassoff.com/FreedomFriends podcast to get all your stuff to rub on your meat.
Well, this is a veiny bastard. But now I want to know
Thank you.
what Scott's problem
Speaking
is
of rubbing on meat.
with white people.
no.
we're
It's,
white.
it's the people who aren't actually a part of the community, but like want to, like all the
allies.
allies.
The second
allies.
white liberal women started calling themselves allies, we should have known there was a problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They didn't want to be considered Karens, so they just started hopping on every cause that had nothing to fucking do with them.
Yeah.
As they sit in their fucking 4-bedroom house in suburbia acting like they're fucking
Right.
better than everybody.
Like in my mind, I'm picturing the little white college chick that's on the side of BLM and she's motherfucking the black police officer. Like that's what you know what I mean? Like something in this is wrong, but I don't know what. Can't put my finger on exactly where. You know, but
I'm
it's not
still going to
quite
go
right.
back to my OG statement when it comes to anything that's involved in the public opinion of stuff. Don't criticize your neighbor's yard until your yard's clean.
Yeah.
yeah, that's why I should
Focus on your own shit. You know, I get supporting other people and fighting for other people's whatever you want to call it,
Except
rights,
for white
privileges,
people.
whatever. Right. But focus on your own shit first.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
get yourself straight,
Sort yourself out.
metaphorically speaking.
But I think any one
Speaking
of
of solving
us,
personal problems before we wrote others, I'm going to take a piss.
any
luck.
one of us that saw,
I think that's a record. That's the fastest pee on the
right.
show.
Like we're what 2.5 minutes in. Uh,
At least we
I-
got through the sponsors.
I think any one of us that saw somebody being publicly bullied for something that we might not agree with would stand up for that person.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
absolutely. Right?
Absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
so because it's okay to defend freedoms.
Yes.
That's encouraged. Defending freedoms should be encouraged. oppressing people for not agreeing with you is not defending freedom.
Yeah.
All right. You're
Yeah.
being oppressive. That's the difference, you know? Like it's pathetic that we even have to have these conversations now, man. It's so weird to me.
Yeah.
It's like, God, I don't know, man.
Every time I listen to Evan Hafer talk about this, he makes me laugh because he's like, I just don't know why we talk about people's genitalia and what they do with them. Like,
I
why?
fucking don't
Why
care.
is it a public
I
topic?
don't care.
Yeah, no, like,
But it's
no-
only that way in this country.
Yeah.
yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck in the rest of the world.
I don't think most people give a fuck in this country.
You know, it's funny.
I
America,
think it's just
Well, they don't, but it's a talking point for politics.
America
Yeah.
likes to pretend that they have the moral high ground on everything. But go to the third world country and try to bring some of this bullshit
They-
there, and they're going to
they
be
did.
like, they're like, I'm going to cut your fucking head off.
They did. They tried. Fuck. I want to say it was Africa. I think they tried to instill some stuff,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Yeah, no, we're all set."
Well, I remember the whole fucking what is a woman thing
Mhm.
when he went to Africa. Did you ever see that clip? It was really funny because he's like explaining it to him and like what's going on in America.
Yeah.
And he's like, now based off this, would you like to visit America?
He's
Now
like,
they're like, no.
no.
Now it's like, now it's easy to say that until you can see that you get a bucket of chicken for $4.95, motherfucker. Because then I bet you'd change your goddamn tune. Real
Where you get a
quick. But
bucket
still,
of chicken for $4.95?
KFC, dog.
But
for a whole bucket.
Yeah, it's
No.
like the $5 fill up box.
It's the
man.
the cup or whatever.
Yeah,
that's a bucket.
that's true.
Yeah.
You are
A
correct.
You get
KFC,
a cup of
a,
popcorn chicken
a
for
KFC
$5.
bucket. I may know for a fact is around $35.
Is that what it's up to now? It's been a minute
For
since
like
I
That's
had
what I was
Colonel.
like, where the fuck
Yeah,
you get a
for like
bucket
a
of
12
chicken
piece?
for
Yeah.
$5?
It's been a minute since I had Colonel.
Yeah,
So-
I'm looking.
Here at the Freedom Friends, we fact check our own. So
I'm looking.
I mean, when it comes to we're all of us are fat kids.
100%.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So when it comes to food, if I get a bucket of chicken for $5,
Well, so there's a very, very popular gas station back east. And Jazz, you probably remember these, Royal Farms.
Yeah.
Which has some of the greatest fried chicken on the planet. And it's called a chicken box. And it's like a 4 or 5 piece chicken box.
yeah,
And it's fucking delicious. Like full breast, full everything.
It's a
It's
chicken.
amazing. It's a chicken.
It's a chicken
And that's
that's been cut
legit.
into its appropriate parts, and then, but you get the whole
the whole
fucking
thing.
chicken.
And it's legit like $5. It's amazing. It's like the best. It's a little on the ghetto side,
Yeah,
but it's fucking
I'm
delicious.
still a bigger
man.
Sheets fan than I am a Royal
I love
Farms
me some
fan.
sheets, man.
Dodge's chicken.
Dodges is good.
Yes, sir.
Dodge's is.
I've had
So-
Dodges.
I'm on KFC's website. They have a 12-piece chicken meal, and it says
Market value.
It says check your local
Yeah,
for
that-
pricing.
That's the equivalent to market value.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what you do? You go to Favor. Go to Favor. And we'll see what it is. Like if I wanted to favor chicken right now.
this is where the Freedom Friends
Oh,
have gone.
we're just gonna play rock, right?
Yeah, you guys go ahead, man. We're over here
Okay.
looking for chicken.
Yeah, we're ordering chicken, motherfucker.
Here that we can. No, you do.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Let's
Oh,
see here.
$39.99 for a 12-piece meal. That comes with 3 sides.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now. If you told me I needed to spend $40 at
12-piece for-
KFC, I'm gonna tell you to fuck off.
Here it is. 12-piece variety meal, $43.88
Yeah.
on Favor.
So $4.99. Somebody's a little off.
Yeah, just only by about $40. 16-piece variety meal. It's the biggest one.
Anybody have anything to get us out of this
53.
rabbit hole? This is a weird one.
No, man. What are you drinking?
Who brought us down
I was
this
saying,
bucket?
hold on, we got a fucking gift today.
We did. We got a present. What are we drinking, boys?
because the Una Hoboscays are here.
yes, they are.
It only took me 4 years, but I can finally say your goddamn name.
They both said still
They're
wrong.
just like, nope, that ain't it.
I'm the one with the mic. That makes it
Hey.
correct.
I heard it in the Hobus guy.
It took me a year and a half to quit fucking trying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Una Scobahay?
Yeah.
Una.
I know it's Allison and the one I want to fuck. Those are the.
not gonna work here anymore. But they brought us some
They brought us-
Hooten Young.
Yeah.
Some Hooten Young, age 12 years, batch number 1. American whiskey.
I'm just saying
Whiskey.
they missed the opportunity to have Hoot and Young cigars and Hooch and Young whiskey. It, like that.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm just you can have that one for free.
I
You
would've
give it to
been
your boss. That's
Young,
fucking-
Young and Hooch.
yeah, Hooch and Young.
That's probably not good.
No.
Young and Hooch isn't good.
Although you should do like a 20-year and just call it Hoochie Daddy.
Ooh, a 21 year.
A 21-year Hoochie Daddy.
I sent you
Yes, you did.
I sent you a price of a very expensive bottle of scotch this
You know
week.
what? I've had that scotch, and I'm gonna
You've
tell
had
you right now.
Macallan 30?
Yeah,
Because I've never had another. I've had 25.
I had Macallan 30. I had Macallan 30 in Vegas.
Yeah.
It,
That's the oldest one they make, right? Is 30?
Oh, I know.
no, they have older ones, but they're all allocated and they come straight from there.
And they're
Okay.
in the tens of
It's
thousands
things
of
like
dollars.
Hong Kong fucking billionaires and shit can get it.
Got it.
It's like those watch clubs that exist in like the like UAE and shit like that. That Rolex makes like 7 watches, so the members of that club can get. It's one of those kind of thing.
Oh,
No, I
okay.
had 30-year at the fuck is the name of that steakhouse?
At the Palms, the one in the Palms.
No.
That had
No.
every Macallan known to man.
They had the repros. Those weren't the real ones.
Oh, okay.
That's why they all had those matching labels, and they all went up like, yeah, those are the repros.
Yeah.
No, I had an actual Macallan 30. This was back when I was still with LaFleur.
Yeah.
And it was the team dinner or whatever, and we got taken to this steakhouse, and it was, and we were told get something you've never had before. So all of us tried to order safe, and then we got told we were fucking wrong and had to order again because we didn't go high enough. But
Here you go, buddy.
it's not worth it.
Here's a Macallan Anniversary Malt, 1928, 50-year-old whiskey. It is $314,749.99 per bottle.
And 99 cents.
Macallan 30 year, 4,516.81 is specs in Fort Worth.
Hey,
It's not worth it.
this bottle, if you order 2 bottles,
You get a discount?
You
Bulk
save-
discount?
You save $15.
4 bottles, and you're saving $40.
So,
Damn.
3 bottles is 25.
So if you spend $250,000, you save $15.
Yeah, but if you spend
Yeah.
$1.25 million, you save 40.
Well,
You could buy a bucket of chicken.
almost. What are you having? Chicken and scotch? What are you doing tomorrow? Killing myself because I'm poor.
You know what? That's an interesting question. John,
Yeah,
you've known your way around a bar or two.
maybe.
Had a drink here or there.
Yep.
Is there a high-end booze? And I don't mean like, well, it had said 12-year on there. I mean like one of those grail liquors that people talk about and shit that you have ever paid for that you went, yeah, that was worth every penny I just spent.
No.
Pappy.
Stop.
Is there any like?
This cuddle's about to become a struggle.
So I would say
Don't turn this rape into a murder.
I would say the one that I would actually say is worth the price if you're going to get it into a bar is the Grand Marnier 150-year anniversary.
Mm.
It's like $45 a shot, I think, something like that. And if you do it right with like the snifter with the warm water and then your Grand Marniers and another snifter on top of it, that is fucking phenomenal.
So
Yeah.
are you saying for the $45 a pour,
I would-
the experience of the whole thing and whatever?
If it's done the right
you
way,
felt
yes.
like it was
that is
it
I
was
feel
worth
like
it.
that was adequate because you can't get those flavors out of anything. Like regular Grand Marnier is close, but not like this. It like comes in like a hand painted bottle and everything. Like it's really fucking good. But like, would I go order Pappy in a bar?
no.
You know, or even if it wasn't Pappy, let's say like that fucking Macallan or whatever. Like, would I go order something like that? Probably not. Just because you're like, I can get a very similar experience for way fucking cheaper.
Well, one of the best whiskey experiences I ever had was in Vegas at Cut by Wolfgang, which is in the fuck is that shopping section called that's between the Venetian and the Palazzo? We all go there.
Yeah.
Nobody remembers the fucking name.
Oh,
If you're-
it's where Burbis was this last time.
if you ever
Yeah.
there you go. No, that's Caesar's.
That's the one by Caesars.
Which has one of the best mojitos you'll ever have in your life down at Casa Fuente. Those mojitos are fucking next level.
Facts.
Anyways, when you go to the cigar show, everybody ends up hanging out in there. And there's all those restaurants that are between the two hotels in that big shop. But one of the restaurants is Cut by Wolfgang, and it's his steakhouse. Outstanding whiskey selection. The food is also phenomenal. And the food's not ridiculous. It's getting a table is the hard part there. The price isn't really what keeps people out of there. It's the availability. But they have an old-fashioned cart
Okay.
Yeah.
that they push around and they come to your seat.
Yeah. It's like tableside guac, but
And
with
they have
awesomeness.
like all the they have like all the whistle pigs, and they have like all the different bourbons. And so you pick one, and then by your table, they take it and they present you the bottle. And they let you like, and then they fucking pour it, and they make everything by hand. And then they take a piece of fucking barrel stave and a torch, and they torch the stave right next to you. And then they fucking put your glass over it, and they smoke the interior of the glass. And then they pour it, and they present you this perfect old fashioned. And it's going to run you like $35, $40 for that drink, depending on.
Worth it.
It's kind of a variable depending on the whiskey. But that's one of those like, okay.
That goes back to the experience.
Right. Like you're in this really cool restaurant. The food's great. Most of the time you're not there alone. So the company's also awesome. But this person is
that
going.
restaurant smells amazing because of that wood.
Right.
Because almost everybody does that. It's so good.
And it's this big like brass cart, and this super hot chick, because it's Vegas, sits there and torches the shit for you and makes it. And it's like, yep, this was worth it. And but that's the whole deal. If you're going to give me an experience like that, and I get it, a lot of those that are on that cart, they're a little higher end, but they're not ridiculous.
Right.
That's where I'm like, okay, this drink was worth it. But the other ridiculous shit that I've had in restaurants, thankfully, I've had the opportunity to drink with people that make way more money than I do, and they're willing to spend that kind of shit. I've had it and then felt bad and been like, I can't believe you paid for this. It's not.
Well, like if there's a really expensive whiskey or bourbon I want to try, I would much rather buy a bottle of it and share it with my friends,
Right.
than I would order it at a bar or restaurant.
Same.
Because at a bar, you can't. I'm not focused on my drink in a bar.
Yeah.
Right.
You
You
know what I
see
mean?
a bottle,
But-
you're kind of interested, and you kind of go like, yeah, I'll take one. And then you drink it. But most of the time you get lost in the conversation.
Yeah.
And that's just your drink now.
Yeah.
Like it's not.
Right.
Yeah.
But
And-
then again, like when you came down, we were hanging out at Williams, and I showed you he has a bottle of Pappy, and I showed Scott. I'm like, oh, look at this. And Williams like, open it and have some drinks if you guys want. And both of us were like, no, we're good.
And then he probably thought we were cocksuckers. And
Well, no, I told him, I was like,
Yeah.
dude, honestly, it's like we both had it before. We know what it tastes
Give
like.
it to somebody that's going to be an experience for
Yeah.
them. But
I was like, and that's what I told him.
But then he gave me that really good
Let
tequila.
them get
that tequila
disappointed.
was so fucking good.
It was good.
Yeah.
I've gotten further and further down that rabbit hole.
I
The
fucking
sipping
like
tequila
it.
thing.
It's addicting.
Oh, before
Once
I-
you realize that there's tequila that's not made by like a hairdresser,
Yeah.
go figure it out. Everybody's favorite tequila is
Paul
made by
Mitchell.
a fucking hairdresser. Once you get into real tequila,
Yeah.
like it's called a tequila flute, but it looks like a tiny champagne flute.
Mhm.
Like once you get to the point of drinking and sipping real tequila, you're kind of like, oh,
I get it.
Yeah.
there's like a thing. And some of them get crazy.
Well, that's like
pricey.
people who really, really enjoy mezcals. I personally am not a big fan of mezcals, right?
I like
Just
them.
like, I mean,
I've got a mezcal at home.
I got a
that's
bottle.
I've had some really
fucking
good ones.
so
I've had some very,
good.
very good ones. But I'm also not a big fan of tequila, as you guys know.
I would
right?
rather
Like,
have tequila than a mezcal.
I would too.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big fan
Well,
of tequila,
tequila's
and I would still.
Yeah.
Well, it's just, I don't know. It's
sweeter.
it is sweeter.
But
It's
you gotta
that
have-
strange
with-
smoky flavor from the agave and all that. It's like,
So I feel like tequila is one of those things where it's popular enough that people understand the difference between like Jose Cuervo and then high-end sipping tequila.
I'm amazed at how many people have not experienced good tequila.
No, I
Real
know.
tequila.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
most people
But-
think that like Don Julio
Well,
is
it's,
like
it's
the
because
end-all,
they
be-all.
remember the
And it's
college
like,
days
it's
when
not.
they're slamming them and
Yeah.
chasing them with salt.
Yeah,
and
came in a
lime, but-
plastic bottle
yeah.
with a spin off.
I feel like tequila. There's more people have opened up their eyes to tequila, but mezcal is different.
Yeah.
Most people, they get whatever bullshit mezcal they can get in the States, and they're like, oh, well, that sucks. I don't like it. I'm never drinking it again.
Yeah.
Caitlin found me one that is finished in bourbon barrels.
But there's mezcal out there that is like,
So
I will drink
fucking good.
all day long,
Yeah.
every day over fucking tequila,
Yeah.
hands down.
Before I
Yeah.
forget, you brought up Whistle Pig, and I want to run this by you. You're a fan of Whistle Pig?
I am.
You're a fan of pit vipers.
I am.
Oh,
I saw the Whistle Pig Pit Vipers.
It makes me scratch my head and be like, what the fuck? But I kind of want to try it.
I mean, it's probably just Whistle Pig with a cool bottle.
It's probably Whistle Pig that's just a little more white trash.
Yeah. It's just,
Yeah,
it's like if you put a mullet on Whistle Pig.
I thought that was
Whistle,
Boss Hog.
If Whistle Pig and
That's
a Four
the
Loko,
high end one.
if
What was-
Whistle Pig and a Four Loko had a baby,
What was
right?
Rocksteady from Ninja Turtles?
Yep.
That's what it is. it's Rocksteady from Ninja Turtles, who I believe wore pit vipers. I think
I don't know.
he wore glasses. Google Rocksteady. I know this is way before your time. Shit,
And his pal Bebop.
Rocksteady and Bebop. Yeah, I had those action figures because they were the ones that were always left.
They're awesome. It's a pig and a rhino. I don't know how they decided those were the two things they wanted to do, but
to fight turtles. Odd.
but no, tequila's great. Even the really available stuff. Like I got you that bottle of the Herradura.
Yeah, that's really good.
The Herradura #1 is
And
phenomenal,
now-
and you can get it all the time.
Yeah.
It's you can sip that shit all night.
Yeah.
And have a great time.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. So, what are you guys' thoughts and feelings on this?
I like it.
It's not bad, right?
It's pretty easy drinking.
It's easy drinking. It's not hardcore on the palate. It's yeah, it's not bad.
And it was free, so
And it's yeah, price is right.
Yeah.
All right,
Allison, what does a bottle of that sell for? 72.
about $72 on the price point.
Nice. 69 specs.
69, dude.
you got to pay cash though.
gotta get that cash discount.
Or debit. Debit gets the discount too,
Oh,
which I didn't know.
yeah.
So recently. What you guys smoking?
Cigars.
556
Scores.
Field, Connecticut Lancero.
Oh, one of my favorites.
Yeah,
Big fan of that one.
I haven't had one in a minute.
Yeah. It's a silly question when I ask you that, Jazz. I know what you're
I know.
smoking when you're here.
Yeah.
You're on that Corojo action.
Mhm.
I got a Corojo double Corona.
I'm on a 556 Connecticut as well. For now.
Yeah,
Yeah. I feel like
and
easing
night
into
shift
it.
as a backup.
I got a Sumatra as a backup.
I don't have.
I've got a
backup.
dumpster fire as a backup.
Nice.
Attaboy.
It's been a minute since I've had one.
Yeah.
I had one the other day too. I had one at the house. It was nice.
But I keep the Corojos like literally at the store in my travel humidor. I keep a
Yeah.
box of them in there. So what's up?
Yeah.
I went to the river this weekend and got asked about 30 times about my humidor because I always take my R60
yeah.
with me,
Yep.
and we put like the IDs and cards and phones and shit all in there. And we went with like a large group for a friend's birthday,
Nice.
and everybody was like, "What is that?" Because it was like sitting over the tube, and people saw us taking our shit out of it, and they're like, "Aren't you worried?" And I'm like, "Not even a little bit, actually.
Nope.
Not worried at all."
I am more worried about drowning myself than
Yeah.
this
No.
thing getting wet.
Yes.
One thing you do have to pay attention to.
Make sure your purge valve is
when
closed.
No, because they're automatic ones, so you don't have to worry about that. They only fuck up if you try to take your humidor to depth. If you're being a good citizen and you're not just taking the cellophane off your cigar and putting it in the river, and you put your cellophane back in your humidor, make sure your cellophane is not breaching your seal.
Yeah,
Because we did that before once,
Yeah.
and it is not waterproof at that
I
point.
think it was actually the Bovida bag that slipped down.
Was it?
Yeah, I think.
It was one of the two. I
Yeah.
can't remember, but either way, and only a little bit of water got in.
Yeah,
The
just
cigars
enough-
were still fine.
just enough to be
Yeah.
inconvenient.
yeah, the cigars were fine, but yeah, just a
Yeah,
Make-
the
make
rubber
sure.
seal needs to make contact with
Yeah.
what
It
it's
needs to be
supposed
free
to.
and clear.
Needs to be there. Yeah, needs to be there.
Yep.
Oh man, this weekend I was up in Fort Worth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went to the Texas Trophy Hunter show. A lot of good vendors. It'll actually be here in San Antonio this next weekend.
Nice.
It'll be out at Freeman, I believe.
I would go. I won't be here.
Yeah. You guys got a big. Yeah, where are you going this weekend?
Michigan.
Michigan.
Yep. Frankenmuth cigars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
going up there to do an event.
Yeah. One of our customers, Ron, he has been a great customer. He's ordered religiously, probably
Crushing
weekly, right?
Crushing it.
Crushing it. Frankenmuth's not a big town. If
No.
I had to guess, 30,000
Maybe.
I can't imagine that a town called Frankenmoose.
moose.
Muth.
No, Muth. Okay. I
Uh,
just thought maybe you had a list.
but I've never met the guy. He's never been at a trade show. I've never met him in person.
Nope.
He's been a great customer for like 3 years, probably 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And so we're going to go up there and do our first event with him. So
Yeah.
looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
That's cool,
It's
man.
funny. I hit him up and I'm like, hey, Ron, like, we're trying to plan the itinerary. Like, where should we stay? Whatever. And he's like, oh, here and there, right? There's 2 towns that are relatively close. And later that night, he like hits me up. He's like, hey, give me a day or two. I think I have a place for you to stay. And I'm like, well, I already booked rooms, And he's like, oh, well, I'm going to reimburse you for those rooms.
It's like, no.
And I'm like, hey, you're our customer. We're coming up there to support you.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, well, then at least let me take you out for a good meal. And I'm like, oh, I can't say no to that, But that's the kind of guy fucking.
That's also like, I mean,
And
he
it's
sounds like a great guy, but that's also that kind of part of the country.
It's
too. That whole
super
like
rare
super north.
for a cigar shop owner.
So Frankenmuth in 2021 had a population of 5,193.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
30,000 on the high end.
Yeah.
A little on the high end.
So I've never been there. So but yeah, 5,000
5,000 people and he's ordering every 3 weeks.
every
almost
couple
every-
weeks.
yeah,
every,
it's every week
or
or
two.
two.
You guys got some warfighter fans up that
Yeah,
way.
Right.
So
Shit, yeah.
we're looking forward to the event. So if you're in Michigan,
He's so moved by it, he's crying.
yeah, I got smoke in my eye because we're in this tiny fucking room.
And we can go
Because
back
I-
there and record it.
No.
At least it's got AC, man.
My eyes are running, but my balls are not hot. So
Yeah.
there's that.
Right now, you move this shit back into that warehouse, and
My balls are hot.
I'm busy till about
Yeah.
October.
Yeah, me too.
Scott almost pulled a Derek Lewis on us.
My balls is hot.
Yeah.
I love that that's become like his thing now. As soon as he wins, because he's
Takes
got
his
more
pants off.
knockouts than anyone in UFC history. The guy's a fucking monster.
He also
Absolutely.
has more losses than most people.
Does he?
Yeah, he's got quite a bit.
He's like 26 and 16 or something. I don't
Yeah.
know. Let me look.
yeah.
I wouldn't wanna
He's
fight him.
cool as shit though, man. I
Yeah.
love that guy.
I wouldn't want to fight him, but god damn it, I want to drink with you, buddy.
Hell yeah.
27 and 11 and
27
one no
11.
contest.
Yeah, 27 and
Better than my
11.
record.
Yeah.
Right? Like way better than mine. Shit.
Also, a Texas boy trains out of Houston.
Oh, really?
Did you see that thing? Is running
Oh,
all
then
over
it's
the-
possible. Add Derek Lewis. Let's drink, buddy.
Did you see that?
Dude, cigars and booze are on me.
I would totally fucking drink with that guy. That'd be
Oh,
awesome.
dude, he'd be great.
Did you see that meme that's running around that now people want? Like, look, every major sporting event, we need to throw one regular person into the event
Just like
as comparison to get people to stop fucking doing this like armchair quarterback shit, where it's
Oh,
just
that's
like
a great idea.
just as comparison, just one average fucking person that has to come for every
in
sport.
the red corner,
Yeah.
we have George
No, no,
Russ
no.
St. Pierre
No.
versus Clyde.
a defensive tackle. We have Jim.
Yeah. They were like figure skating. They were like, well, this is Lisa. She's falling again, and here she is using the wall to get back up. She's staying in there for the whole 2 minutes, though. You gotta really give it to
We're
her.
going to call a timeout here. Bring out one of those PVC little chair things.
fucking
In the outfield, we have.
yeah. Right. They're like just one regular person so that we have a comparison.
Guys, check it out. The Astros are going to have to forfeit unless Frank here steps his game up.
Yeah.
Let's go, Frank. Come on, baby.
At second base, Frank.
No.
It's funny. You guys,
Everybody's average person needs to be Brandon.
you guys joke about this, but up until about 2 years ago, that's how the Astros stocked their team.
Yeah, right.
Hey, baby, we still brought home that trophy. Let's
They
go.
need somebody to bash the trash cans, man. Shit.
Everybody has their role, okay? Everybody has their role.
Do your job.
How awesome would it be if hockey, just the one Joe's out there?
The one guy that can't even skate.
Yeah.
That's probably the only sport where somebody would actually like.
As a guy from
You might
Massachusetts
die.
who cannot skate, I will tell you, it's not cool.
Every
Oh.
like every minute and a half, the guy's just sliding into the goal like uncontrollably.
Or if you took an average Joe and put him in the batter's box with like Aroldis Chapman just pumping like 104
Yeah.
down the pipe at him and he's
Right.
just shitting his pants.
I'd
It
love
would
to
be
see that in a
like-
hockey game. You just have the one guy with his hand on the wall and doing the pigeon toe thing, just trying to fucking.
They made a movie about that. It's called Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
But he was like really good.
At shooting.
Well, yeah.
That was it. He couldn't skate to save his life.
Yeah. Yeah. But he did try to stab somebody with his skate.
Yeah.
So there's a record.
There's been some
It's a record.
hockey, like very disgusting problems with skates and
So they
injuries. Jesus Christ. Wasn't
not-
the last one like a high school kid that got like,
it hasn't been as prevalent as it used to be.
yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Once the motherfucker stopped doing triple lutzes for the fucking jugular.
Well, back in the day, it was bad, and then people actually like, I don't know, were more cognizant of what happens if you hit somebody in the neck with your skate.
Well, they were
Right.
also like, hey man, it's a game.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
like
yeah.
passion's awesome and all, but holy fuck.
Well, I don't think the ones I'm referring to are
Now go sit in that
purposeful.
booth for 5 minutes.
No, but people are they're more apt to know where their feet are
Yeah.
when shit's happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like when you're growing up playing, like there's certain leagues that you're required to wear like neck protectors and shit. Which I don't know if it would actually, I mean, it would probably help against like a graze, but
Yeah.
it's just, you're essentially putting like a piece of cloth around your neck.
Yeah.
It's like when they issued us the fucking throat protectors and groin protectors for the fucking flak
Just
jackets.
for shrapnel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that don't stop shrapnel.
And then most of the injuries were just from the nut flap hitting you.
Yeah, right. like it's like, thanks guys. What fucking R&D asshole thought this was a great idea, man?
I
Like,
tried to run for cover, but every
Dude,
step I took, it was
give me Kevlar underwear. That would at least fucking help a little bit. Fuck.
You were commando, bitch.
I'm wearing silkies, man.
No,
Never know when you got to fucking getting hot. My balls was hot. Drop the silkies. Fuck it. Did you ever try to do laundry in the field?
The best time was how many days was it before we had a shower?
It was almost 60 days.
Almost 60 days.
Yeah, been there.
And so when we finally were at a point where we could like clean up, I think somebody unscrewed or shot a fucking
We were at the
fire hydrant.
We were at the refinery north of Baghdad, on the north side of Baghdad, and we found a fire hose that was still had pressure. And so we took the fire hose out of the building and strung it up between two telephone poles and cut a whole bunch of X's in the hose and then turned it on.
So you had a company worth of naked dudes.
Nice.
Just having a time of their life.
Oh my God.
And
Like
you had-
you
and you-
take your uniform off and
You-
it stood up by itself.
I hope you didn't do that on a Thursday, man. Your Terps would have been fucking
Oh,
having
I
a
don't-
hard time
they
doing
were-
that.
Nobody cared.
Nobody cared.
cares.
We were so nasty. 60 days of like
That happened to me in Djibouti.
working hard and dysentery without a
Mhm.
shower.
Yep,
It was
I did.
bad.
I did. That was the first time I could stand my camis up. It was in Djibouti.
Yeah.
I threw them overboard.
No, that's
I cut
all.
my name
it's
tapes off and threw them overboard.
it's
When I got back
literally
to the
all
ship,
we-
I was like, these are
all we
gone.
had.
Yeah.
I littered the middle of the Indian Ocean. Fuck you. I did it because
Do
I
you- did
could
we-
not handle that smell.
Did we carry an extra set with us? I don't think we did.
Well, so we were in J-list for a while.
Like
And then, I
2
don't know.
weeks.
I don't think we had extra shit until we got to
till after the shower.
Mosul.
Yeah.
Because we didn't get our fucking B or C bags until then.
Yeah.
We just had a ruck and we might have had an extra uniform in it.
I don't know if I did.
I had a buddy
I
of
don't
mine
know.
who used to do laundry in his like waterproof bag, in his woolly Pete bag.
Oh.
He'd throw like a little bit of Tide in there
Huh.
in his woolly Pete bag, and he would just stomp on it and
So
kick it
we-
around and shit. And, it,
We,
and
we
just,
had
wash
cool
it.
interpreters.
and then he would clean it off, and then he would hang it from his vehicle, and just when he drove down the road, you just see his draws on his fucking comm antennas and
Yeah.
shit. It was funny.
Our interpreters found like a dry cleaner, for lack of better words,
Yeah.
laundry service for us. And so we just send off all of our shit to get cleaned, and
Yeah.
they clean them and press them and fold them and give them back to us. But they always smelled like diesel fuel.
Yeah.
I don't know why,
Well,
but I didn't care.
once they started putting like infrastructure in for like the bases and stuff, like I would come back from like being like when I was in Fallujah, we had Camp Fallujah, and it was pretty good. It was pretty built up. So like I'd be gone for like two and a half weeks or so. Then we get like a night of R&R or whatever, and I'd be back, and that was like bring the bags and just fucking there would just be stacks of fucking bags with
Yeah.
your name on it and shit.
Yeah.
Just be like, clean my shit, bitch. Like, you know, then
Yeah.
you show up like 2 weeks later and get your bag back, and it's all folded inside your bag, and it's like, all right, you know. So that was nice, but
I
Little
remember when we
creature
got to
comfort.
Missoula and they had the laundry trailer. It was a big green trailer, and we'd turn it in, and a day or two later pick it up.
I remember when I left in 05 and then got back in 07, I was like, why is there coffee here now? There's like coffee and McDonald's and
Right.
shit everywhere. And I was like, fucking America, man. I was like, son of a bitch.
What MOS does laundry?
Grunt.
They have one.
No.
Oh, they have one. And I think it's. No.
Is it like an
I
additional?
want to say quartermaster, but I think I'm
Oh,
wrong.
I think you're right.
Oh, it might be. It seems like an S4 function.
92 Sierra is the Army shower, laundry, and clothing repair specialist, and they serve a role in the military.
Wow.
If you ever
92
wanted to piss
Sierra.
off a guy, I don't remember.
Those are more elite than any Navy SEAL. I have met thousands, if not tens of thousands of Navy SEAls.
Yeah.
And I've never
Never.
met a laundry.
Nope.
What is it?
Army shower, laundry, and clothing repair
I've
specialist.
never met one of those.
Do you guys remember?
Not to mention the hazmat they're willing to deal with, anyways. It's
Oof.
just fucking.
do you guys remember the movie In
I'm
the
just
Army
trying to
Now?
picture
with-
their AIT.
Do you remember the In the Army Now with Pauly Shore?
I've never seen that actually.
Oh my God.
Uh,
You're grounded.
I've never heard anything good about it. So
It's not bad.
it's
Yes.
actually one of the most, I would say, as far as shenanigans go, one of
In
the.
the Army now?
Yeah.
It's the most accurate war film ever made.
It's up there.
Really?
That and Jarhead are real fucking similar.
I have
man.
seen Jarhead.
AIT for the laundry specialist.
But so I was attached to a
Many
unit
of
for a
you
while
have never
that,
spin cycled under fire.
that had the water purification specialists in it, and I called him a turd chaser. And this kid got so fucking angry, like tried to fight me because I was like, whatever, turd chaser. And then-
He probably was already so sick and tired of just being shit talked all the time, and you were just the straw that broke the camel's back.
Fuck. It was funny as shit.
Oh.
I had to take him behind a couple of 7 tons and explain to him the difference between a sergeant and a lance corporal real fast. And how I will call you whatever the fuck I want to, you little bitch type of conversation.
That's like equipment refueling specialists. And every time we'd park our
The
trucks
bolt
and shit
fuel
like that, and
guys.
just go like, get 20 on 7. Fuck you, man. I'm like, what the, fill my truck. You're like, what the
Like, do your job, man.
I don't have the
Fuck.
special t-shirt. I'm not allowed to do it.
What, the greasy one?
The fucking no. So when I was in the fucking, all of the fueling specialists had green undershirts.
Yeah.
I think it was non-flammable.
And
probably.
well, no, they were
Probably Nomex.
no,
Yeah.
they didn't have the
No, no
lycra
mixes.
in them, so they didn't melt.
Yeah.
So they would just burn instead of melting to your skin.
It's probably
Sure.
it was probably fucking wool too.
And I was like, that's the army solution right there. And it's like, oh no, you're still going to catch on fire.
Yeah.
But now that your t-shirt won't melt. to
give
you.
the fuel guy a wool t-shirt.
I always
What?
loved, like, you know, so CVC suits, the combat vehicle crewman suits, the Nomex ones that they give to like tankers and shit. They have like a Velcro strip in the back, so like you can literally unvelcro it to take a shit, right?
For pooping.
And when the first time you unvelcro that thing, it will never go back the normal way. It will never fit the same again. And you could just tell, be like, you shit in that thing, didn't you? Like, dude, just fucking unzip it and take it to the head, dude. Like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, it'd be like, there's why, man.
It wasn't for pooping.
And because it never fucking worked again after you undid it once, like it was like, so now if you catch on fire, your back's going first. Like it's like, you know, like
That's like every time
It's
I
a
see a
good
woman.
circle back to your torture.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
It's like every time I see a woman in a
Dickhole.
romper, it's like a jumpsuit, and they're like out in public, and I'm
Yeah.
like, at some point you have to pee.
Jenny Lynn.
You gotta get naked.
You get completely
It's
naked.
so-
That's it.
See, that's why I think rompers should have been made for men because we could just pull it to the side, man.
So
You know what I mean?
how many drinks do you have to drink to walk into a men's room in a bar and drop your pants to your ankles to pee in a urinal?
One.
I've done that when I was a sober October,
Now,
man.
if you walk into a bathroom, a bathroom,
Wait a minute,
and
alcoholic drinks or just
it doesn't
in
matter.
general?
It doesn't. You
Yeah,
can have
like-
6 Gatorades. I don't
The
care.
Diet Dr. Pepper.
So you walk into a men's room in a bar, right? There's
Yeah.
like 6 urinals. and there's one dude standing at a urinal with his pants around his ankles taking a piss.
Right next to him.
But do you drop your pants too?
Yeah. Solidarity.
I feel like that would be a good social experiment. Like the dude who like faces backwards in the elevator, and then all of a sudden everybody turns around and faces the other way. You know, like I feel like that would be a good social
But if you
experiment.
see- like,
It 100% depends on the condition of the floor that
If-
you're
if
going
I-
to drop
That's
your
true.
pants on.
if I
What,
walk
are you worried
into
about
a-
the condition of your cargo shorts there, big guy?
Yes,
Yeah.
if I walk
I don't
into
wanna-
a bar,
Puddle of urine.
yeah. I don't want piss on my shorts.
if I walk into a bar and I see a guy standing at a urinal with his pants around his ankles taking a piss, doesn't matter the situation, I'm joining.
yeah,
That's it. Like you can't let somebody
and
do
then he
that
looks
by
at you and he's like,
themselves.
"There's shit on the toilet."
Yeah. You know what they can get away with though? And I don't know who the fuck invented these, but please just make them go away. Those fucking mats that they have started putting around like public urinals and shit like that. It's like that weird gray and it's shiny because you know it's just, I'm like, don't do that. Because at least if it's a puddle on the floor, I know where to avoid. Instead, you have made a sponge that has now just equalized the layer of piss everywhere.
They should
Like,
just use bar mats. Like 'cause bar mats are thick enough,
Right.
and they're and you stand out. That's what they're made for.
Yeah.
For liquid on the bar. They should just put
But
bar
those-
mats
those
in
weird-
front of urinals.
they look like outdoor mats and they started putting them around men's toilets. And it's like, stop this. This is
Yeah,
like, I can literally see the piss. This is
it's like I'm standing in a puddle without standing in a puddle.
right. And you've made it to where now this can't even dry. Like this is just going to sit here and just,
Yeah. You know what I would like to see more often though? Ice in the urinal.
that's like a game.
That is
Yeah.
a Central American thing.
And
No,
that
that's-
is that is
They
just
do it in Europe.
a great thing.
Yeah.
Like it's
It happens a lot in the South.
Hmm.
Like in Tennessee, there's a lot of bars that do that.
Yeah.
Well, it cuts down on the smell.
And it's like a
you-
little game.
well, and you're not flushing.
Yeah.
You don't have to flush.
Yep. Or
'Cause
like the ones that have just like the big trough, like a poorhouse.
Oh, yeah.
Waffles.
that's where we should do the pants dropping.
Those are my.
At a trough.
Because the door opens and everybody can see it.
Those
See
are my.
cheeks.
The one at New Braunfels is my favorite because it's wide enough for 3 people.
But there's always four at it though.
No. 90% of the time, there's only 2.
And I will
And then
walk
the line-
right
And I
between.
squeeze it. Excuse me.
Excuse me, fellas. I do the same shit. And I do the same shit.
And it's
Excuse
so
me, fellas.
fun because you make the people it turns so awkward, and then you just smile and you're like, "So, hey, buddy."
My favorite thing about that one is that they put that drink shelf above the urinal too,
Yes.
so you can set your drink on
That's
it.
just courtesy,
It
right?
is.
Like that's courtesy.
If you really want to make them uncomfortable, squeeze between, set your drink, get everything out, then grab your drink, just take a sip. Just, hey, just put your drink back. And it's like,
Nice watch.
Yeah, nice
Don't even pull your dick out. Just grab there and stand there. So,
you gonna piss? It's coming. Hold on.
when I was bartending down on St. Mary Street here in San Antonio, there one night we got off early, like the show was over or whatever.
Like
'Cause I
proper St. Mary's or North St. Mary's?
like proper St. Mary's.
Oh,
I
okay.
bartended at what used to be the White Tiger or the white.
White
Rabbit?
Rabbit,
Yeah.
which is now the Paper Tiger.
Yeah, I bartended at Paper Tiger.
The White
Um,
Tiger.
The White Tiger.
Yeah.
The Paper Rabbit. Yeah.
White Tiger.
The White Tiger. But we had like an early show, so we were off early or whatever, and already cleaned up and closed it down. So we went out drinking. It was on like a Wednesday or a Thursday. It was like an off night. So we went down to Brass Monkey, and I remember I was talking to the door guy, and it's like me and like 4 or 5 of the other bartenders, and we're all buddies and shit. And he was like, "Hey man, you can't have your knife." And I was like, "Dude, I work down the street." And he's like, "Just put it in this fucking thing and like get it when you walk out." I was like, "Okay." So I remember it was a big thing, and I was like, "Whatever." And I didn't fucking bitch about it or anything. I was like, "I get it, dude, whatever." But I knew the guy somewhat, so it wasn't a big deal. I go in there, and we're drinking, and everything's fun. And I go in to take a piss, and it was just like there's a trough set up, and it's
Yeah.
the same thing. There was a guy here and a guy here, like on each side, and the dude on the right is like hiding in the corner,
Like turned.
turned in the corner,
Yeah.
and then the other guy's just pissing, right? Well, I walk right the fuck between them, and I'm like, "What's up, fellas? How you doing, man? Good night. This is where the dicks hang out, drunk, and I'm having fun, right?" And the guy who's like shy, the shy pisser, is like clearly uncomfortable. So I'm like, we'll get through this, man. Like I start fucking with him because soft target, right? And the guy to my left is like, he looks at me and goes, "You know it's gay night, right?" I was like, "What?" I was like, I did not. And he goes, "Uh-huh, it's gay night." And I was like, "Well, shit." And he goes,
Did he help you aim?
No, he was like, I have some straight friends I'd like you to meet, though. Is that cool? I was like, married, dude. And he was like, well, and he was like, I figured you'd like them, you know. But he was like, I would like to introduce you to my straight friends that are girls over here because I think you're awesome. And I was like, I appreciate you, dude, but married happily, I'm all set. But it was still like, he was like, you don't seem. He's like, I know you're not gay, and I appreciate you being cool. I was like, thanks, man.
I joke with
this
a
is
lot
where
of
you
the
gotta be-
people who know me and listen to this podcast. I proudly say that I have the most gay straight friends that a person can have.
Well, you know, a Marine.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean,
Like
fuck.
we're well aware of our status as the gayest straight guys on the planet.
Yeah, I mean, since the
Yeah.
time I was 17, I've been around the gayest of people.
See, Mikey, you missed a golden opportunity.
Huh.
When he's like, it's gay night, right? You should have just looked him straight in the eyes and been like,
Of course,
oh,
it is.
and then just well, let me help you.
Did you guys ever see that skit out of fucking England? And it's like a soccer match and it's one of those trough things. And he walks up and the guy's pissing and he's like, and he puts a cigarette in his mouth. And he's like, hey, you got a light? And he's like, I do. But he's like,
Hey,
oh, I
can you
got
hold
that.
that?
And he reaches
Yeah,
over and holds it for him and he
yeah.
pulls it and he lights his cigarette. And he's like, oh, I got that. So he can use both hands. He's got like a cigarette in one hand and a beer in the other. And so like the three of them, he's like, I'm finished. He's like, oh. Zips him up and then fucking.
That's a buddy right there, man. God. Jesus. It was funny because my other friends did not know it was gay night. So I walk out the bathroom like, hey, fellas, you know where we are right now, right? And they're like, what? I'm like, look around. They're like, a lot of dudes in here. I'm like, a lot of dudes, huh? I'm like, ratio's off? Do you think the ratio's off? A little bit. Yeah. Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Fucking sausage fest in this place.
Right. And it's like, I was like, maybe we
My
go
favorite thing
across
about the guys
street.
that bitch about like ratios at a bar, it's a fucking sausage fest.
It's like, bro, you were gonna get laid
you
anyways.
couldn't pick up a coaster out of here, let alone fucking go home with somebody. Like,
It's like, dude, you're a 40-year-old overweight dude that's going bald. Fuck off.
Hey,
All right?
the fuck you trying to say?
That's what I tell myself in the mirror.
Going, huh?
Oh yeah, that's true. It's been gone. I thought about growing a skullet
Why?
just to be an asshole,
Yeah.
like no other reason.
you don't need a skullet for that, buddy.
That's true.
He's gonna be like Jack Mandeville.
His hair right now is wonderful.
It's
I
it's
think he just shaved it.
every time I talk to him, he's like, "When are you gonna grow it out?" I'm like, I can't.
Did you
He
see
also
his
looks like he's
ponytail?
not allowed within fucking
Every time he
500 meters of a
dressed up,
school.
Every time he dresses up, he puts it in a ponytail.
Oh, it's
and it's
amazing.
hilarious.
He looks like Krusty the Clown from
So
The
good.
Simpsons.
By the way, Justin, I forgot to tell you this. I talked to Jack about him not being able to make it to your wedding.
Uh-huh.
He felt really bad that he couldn't be
Oh no, I
there.
understand.
He really did. He was like, I really wanted to go to that.
Jack's a fucking sweetheart.
He is
I
a
don't. I
sweetheart.
don't hold anything against him.
I know. But he actually was like, I really wanted to go there and I feel
Aw.
bad. He's like, I think he texted you, he said, or
He
something.
did. He
Yeah.
texted me. He texted me saying he wasn't gonna be able to make it. I was like, it's all good, buddy. Well,
Yeah.
the boys will take care of what you were gonna drink at the wedding. So, he
How
was,
many bottles of Jameson did you have left at the
I
end?
didn't get a chance to ask.
Oh shit!
There
Because
wasn't
I
many.
only saw one.
Yeah, there wasn't many left.
We were told from the beverage place that like once we ordered it, they weren't gonna run out. So that's why I told y'all to fucking get my money's worth.
Yeah.
So because I was like, I want them to drink them out of Jameson,
Your
so I can
mom
be like,
came to me.
what the fuck?
Your mom literally walked up to me and was like, I just want to make sure that you know that there was much Jameson as you needed behind the bar.
Yeah,
And I was like,
yeah. I
fucking
told
good looking out.
damn near everybody. Like I because as we all know, I'm a little bitch. I don't like liquor. But my signature drink was an old fashioned, but that was for the sole reason that we got Jameson included in the fucking deal. So I was like, yeah, because like
They made old fashions?
they did.
Yeah,
They
Anybody
did.
get one?
No, they
They
did.
did.
'Cause
No,
that's
they
all I
did.
drink.
They
Really?
did. Yeah.
And
were they good?
the crazy,
Jim
they were
was
really
drinking
good.
those.
And here's the crazy part. I never ordered a drink, never didn't have one.
Yeah.
Like I didn't, like somehow they just kept appearing.
It's
And I was
good
like,
to know that
apparently being the best man has privileges. So like,
there's perks.
shit, I
There's
just
perks
always
there.
had a fucking drink. I was
Sure.
like, this is amazing.
it's good to know that the old fashions were good because ordering double Jameson on the rocks got weird sometimes.
What they didn't know is like what Jazz doesn't know is like the dude sitting next to him that happened to be left-handed who kept going, where the fuck did my drink go?
I always had one.
Because like we'd walk up to like Double Jameson on the rocks. You're like, well, I got to put some water in it.
Yeah.
Like, there's ice.
There was one of the
Oh,
older
God.
bartenders. She was kind of a cow about it. She was
Yeah.
like, I can't give it to you straight. And we
She's
were
like, I have to put a splash in it. And I'm like, fuck it, whatever.
yeah.
Like, go
So
ahead.
I was like,
I don't
I was
care.
like, take an ice cube out and splash
That's not
that.
a rule.
I know. Like that's like I don't know what
That sounds
fucking
made up as
TBC
shit.
bullshit
She kept
you
saying
went
it was
through.
the venue's rule, and I'm like,
That's bullshit.
the venue likes money, so I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that's not real.
Because half the time I got a double Jameson on
Yeah.
the rocks. The other half the time they had to put a splash of water in it. And I was
Technically,
just
that's
like,
not straight.
No, it's
Yeah.
not.
And it depended, and it really all depended on which bartender.
Which
you were.
bartender?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know I never actually had to walk to the bar, and my cup was never empty. So
Fucking A.
How funny would it be
if that was actually
If
the
so-
case,
if
where the
somebody-
dude next to me did,
and somebody's listening to this and they're like,
He's like,
motherfucker.
I was like, no, what? I ordered 15 drinks that night.
no,
He's
because
like-
you were next to me, so it wasn't you.
Nope.
He gets
So it was definitely just somehow magically I always had a beverage. So
somebody,
like I was,
they probably thought it was Justin's drink, and they were just like, oh,
I
we
know,
gotta make sure.
I
he's
know,
down.
I know. My wife ordered me a couple,
I think I put one by you.
But
I
there
think
was-
I put a double by you
but
once.
there were several times I was just like,
Speaking of drinks,
fucking this
Yeah.
magic cup.
it's funny. We were all talking about after. I think it was at the reception. I don't think we even left the venue that night, and we were talking about the difference between Justin and Abby and their reactions during the ceremony and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it was one of those, like, you could definitely tell that Justin is like head over heels in love with Abby. And you can tell that Abby was there enjoying her wedding.
Haley noticed it, and I told you.
Yeah.
She was like, that was the sweetest thing I've ever seen. If she ever hurts him, I will fuck her up.
I think at this point she's been threatened by like 15 people that are
Yeah.
just like, you fuck this up, they'll never find you.
Like,
You'll just be
Dude.
a missing. You'll be one of those billboards. It's like,
On
have
a
you
milk
seen
carton.
her?
Yeah.
Like, it'd be like,
yeah.
Yeah, Justin have his wedding certificate in a milk carton.
Who is that? That was my first wife. We never found her.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
She broke my heart. I never heard from her.
Yeah.
I don't know. Weird.
No, I was.
We had one fight, and then she left, and I never heard from her again.
We got the video back and having to listen to myself like choke through my fucking vows. I was like, God, I'm such a bitch.
It was
Not at
adorable,
all.
man. It was adorable.
It was awesome.
We could tell that was genuine, true love
Yeah, it
in
was
their
awesome.
eyes, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, man! It's good to see because we're all so fucking
Right.
jaded." It's like in a world full of jaded assholes. It was
Yeah.
nice to see something
Yeah.
genuine.
You
man.
meant it.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah,
But-
it was just nice to see something.
It was a
genuine.
lot of self-control to not read your vows before I gave them to you,
Yeah.
because I had possession of them all day.
fucking
Like his mom.
what
his
I
mom,
won't tell anybody. And I know she don't listen, so I'll say it right now. But I wrote half them motherfuckers.
Mikey
which is
gave
fine.
me a little inspo.
which is great. I mean, like you should, but
Yes.
it, like
Haley has heard those vows before because I ran them by her, and
Yeah.
she like when you were reading them, she like nudged me. I was like, "Shut up."
but I had them like all day. I got there at like 10:30 in the morning or something like that. By 11, Laura, his mom, who's been in my life since I was 9, so
The
it's not like
sweetest.
we're strangers. Total sweetheart. Walks up to me and hands me both wedding rings and the vows, and I was like,
No, whoa.
Don't
No.
fuck us up.
No
This is way too early for this.
I'm like, it's 11 and I've started drinking, and you're gonna hand me this shit now? Like,
out of all of my groomsmen, yeah, she's gonna hand them to you.
I was like,
Yeah.
well, it was also it was my job.
Well,
like
it
I'm
wasn't the
supposed
dude
to
that
have
was
him.
putting the dress on. It wasn't him. They weren't going to him.
my boy Drew, we did a fake first look, and one of my childhood best friends fucking put on the, and I will give it to him and our coordinators.
He pulled it off.
He filled it out pretty well.
Yeah,
but
he's got the ass for it.
the
A
coordinator
little
came
bulgy in the front. But
the wedding coordinator came in and was like looking around, like saw him, was like, I need your help moving something real fast. And they pulled him, and I didn't fucking have a second thought about it.
he should have went to Target and get some tuck friendly.
Well, they came to get Drew. They take Drew, and I had brought a bunch of like my aged, like hard to get cigars out of my humidor because my
Yeah.
brother's wedding. So
Sure.
I like raided my aging humidor and was like, we're only smoking like the best of the best today. Like
As
we're,
you should.
there's no fucking
Right.
no standard retail stuff. So they came to get Drew, and I was like, come on, man, it's time to smoke the next one. And Justin was like, fuck yeah, it is. And we went outside and sat down. Drew disappeared. And then they came and got him. And I was like, all right, let me fix your tie and whatever. Let's go fucking do this. And we walk out there and I'm like behind a bush and I'm like, click. And I got the whole thing on video. But yeah, it was adorable.
It was fucking awesome.
It was adorable. And then I was just drunk enough to be able to give my speech.
No, you rocked it, dude.
Yeah.
We all thought it was great. You thought you did really good.
You had a moment in yours too. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah.
I was very proud. I was very proud of my little brother.
No, it's
So
the showing of emotions during events like that. It means that it's like what you're saying is genuine.
It's real.
You're not reading from a script. You didn't sit there memorizing this forever. Like you're pouring out what you feel in that moment right there.
Yeah.
yeah. So I was very proud of him.
You got a whole bunch of compliments on your speech, actually. Like so many people were like, dude, your brother killed it. And I'm like, yeah.
Have you met Jazz before?
Yeah.
Well, that's
You
why
can
like
talk.
I remember like I think you and I talked about it like right afterwards, and it was like I was like, it's a good thing that the maid of honor went first.
Yes. When we were planning that, Abby was like,
didn't you coordinate that?
yes.
though?
Abby was like, should Liz, which is her maid of honor, or Jazz go first? I was like, make Liz go first. Do not make her follow Jazz.
I was like, dude,
"Try."
Jess talks for a fucking living half
Yeah.
the time,
Yeah.
man. Like, and has for a long time. Like,
Very funny part though is Jazz referenced in himself. He was like, for those of you that know me, I like to talk, but I'll try to make it short. And you hear Mikey from the background go, prove it.
yeah.
That is in the video.
I did keep it short though. I
You
think
did.
I talked for like 60 seconds.
You
and then I
fucking
sat back down.
nailed
It
It was great.
But the
No,
thing was,
it's
it wasn't
good.
about me, and it wasn't about any of us. It was about you, and you gave us the opportunity to give you your well wishes and give us our thoughts and stuff like that. But it wasn't about us and what we think of you guys and stuff like that. It was your day, and that's what I wanted it focused on. And you did fantastic. I know you were like super nervous about all
Oh,
of it, but,
100%. Yeah. I was freaking out the whole
the
fucking
fake
day,
first
but-
look thing, it was awesome though, because that happened. And he was so nervous all day. And we'd been talking all day and all that kind of stuff. And the face for he was, just vibrating because it was supposed to be the first time he sees his bride, right? And then it was Drew. And afterwards, like that release of, okay, we're good. You were so much smoother after
Oh, yeah.
that. And it was awesome. But yeah, it was a beautiful day. It was a beautiful day.
It was fucking fun. But
Yeah, it was fun, man. It was a good time. How
yeah.
much time we got?
We're sitting just over an hour, boys.
Well, you know what? I know John just had to take a phone call, but fucking I'm gonna wrap this bitch up.
Let's do it, boys.
Fucking it's brought to you by WorldFriderTobacco.com. Use that code FTFO. Score yourself that sweet 15% off again. Wellness.us. You know what? All of them, they're in the description. All right. Tell your mom.
Tell your friends.
Tell your fucking mom's friends. There's this silly ass show that just does mediocre shit with 4 dickheads.
Speaking of the whole, we should have an average an average person that does athlete things. If you want to know why we want to get like a real speaker and celebrity on the show, is so that you can see just how fucking mediocre this bullshit is by comparison.
Facts.
So that's the
Speaking of mediocrity, I will be at Upstage Comedy Club on the 23rd at 7:00 for the show there. I'll be doing a guest spot next Wednesday or 2 Wednesdays from now.
Nice.
So if you're in the San Antonio area, Upstage Comedy Show, come fucking watch me bomb. Yeah.
Help him, Bob.
How
Help me, Mom.
awesome would it be if the dude that's going up for his second stand-up set helps like sell out the
If I
fucking club?
fucking pack the club, people would be like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, that'd be hilarious. Like, yeah. So if you're in the San Antonio area, you want to come by, military and veterans getting free. And it's a good show, man. So there's a lot of good comics coming up, and our buddy Justin Governor will be on that show as
I've
well.
never gone and properly heckled a comedian.
Oh, let's talk about Justin for a second. So
Yeah.
he's on another Naked and Afraid.
He did a second season called Castaways,
which it's more of just more than one episode. It's like a whole season with him on it.
yeah, he didn't finish it, I don't believe.
Yeah, I'm not that far in.
Spoilers,
just get an OnlyFans
bro.
and put your dick on the internet. Just fucking, what are you doing?
Well, it's small blur, man. Tiny blur.
You can market that.
A pixel.
Yeah. I don't know. He actually didn't elaborate too much because he
Well,
didn't want to give anything away.
I don't think it's out yet. So
Oh, well, then maybe that's why.
Or
But,
you can find him at onlyfans.com/tinyblur.
Tiny Blur. Yeah. He needs to do that. So, but no, yeah, check him out on Naked and Afraid, man. He's crushing it on that. And he's a good dude.
Yeah.
Just a good fucking guy,
it's funny to
He's all
watch because it looked miserable.
man.
Yeah.
Well, he said he's got like scars from the mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's mostly from Ghana. Like he
Yeah.
got fucked up in that.
Yeah,
in
his
that
first
one.
No,
one,
this last one I watched, and they got fucked up. It was bad.
If you want to watch some crazy shit, check out his YouTube. He documents when he does these like solo travels through like crazy third world countries
Yeah.
too. That shit's fucking
His
wild.
"Don't Go to Mexico" video is legit.
Yeah.
It's really good.
If you want
So,
to see some crazy shit, that's
yeah,
fucking
check
wild.
out. Yeah, go to his YouTube channel and subscribe to it. Actually,
Yeah.
we put it in the link. Put it in the
Yeah, we can do
description,
that.
man. Like,
Yeah.
'cause-
Man, Justin put all our shit in yours.
yeah. But you know what? He will. He's one of the only
He
guests
would-
we've
no,
ever
he will,
had
and that shared everything.
fucking
yeah.
shared everything
Yeah.
more than once.
And every TikTok, every micro content,
On
everything is shared. It all. No,
cross-platform. Yeah.
Justin's
Fucking
actually.
good dude.
Yeah,
Justin is a.
Well, he's a piece of shit, but we love him.
Oh,
he's
we-
he's our piece. of
But
shit.
what I like about Justin is that he's a rising tide lifts all boats kind of guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, if we got a platform and helps your platform, and then fucking
Yeah.
let's do it. Everybody wins.
Yeah.
And so
If you do go to his YouTube, tell him Freedom Friends sent you and they want him back on.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Fucking name. Yeah. So yeah, like, share, subscribe, smash those buttons, do all that shit. Really, just 3 little things, boys. I'll raise my glass first.
Cheers.
Thanks for being my freedom friends. Cheers, cheers.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Pass it down. Pass it down.
Yeah, let me see some of that.
Do a little reload.
just splash because I got to pee.
There
There you go.
3 little things, not hard to do, pretty easy. Jazz,
Finish this.
Touch
Cheers.
tips.
the other one.
Oh, smoke on.
Right.
Just gotta drink on.
And goddamn it, kids,
Freedom the fuck
freedom the
on.
fuck on. Cheers, boys.